Here we go.
You know what time the game starts? All right, here we go, fellas. Let's have a little fun today. Is anybody else tired or is it just me? I got some advice for y'all. Take 2 weeks off, then quit.
From the goal line to 5 to 10 to 15. Through a hole to the 20, to the 30, outside to the 40. He may be gone. Midfield to the 40, the 30, the 25, 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown for Desmond Howard.
What's going on, Packers fans? Welcome to another edition of PWW Halftime Hits. I am Matt Freyuk. Alongside me, got it that time, Ryan Bowman, below me, Ryan Schoberg. Feeling good. Feeling fantastic as we enter halftime after the first 30 minutes of play. Bears, end up squeaking out a touchdown at the end there with Allen Robinson. But all in all, overall, great game thus far. Packers with 27 points, which is incredible. Offense has been crushing. Obviously, Akeem Hicks, they've hit on numerous times, has helped the offense produce and be able to run the ball and establish. And clearly, they've basically had Khalil Mack on his heels all game with the window dressing and the jet motion that has continued to be a focal point of Matt LaFleur's offense. As you saw, Bowman throwing up all of our handles there. Make sure you guys are following us, and you can see all of our social medias on the bottom. But Bowman, how the hell are you, dude? And your thoughts in the first 30 minutes of play?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, this is one of those games where it's like it's Bears week. You're not sure if it's gonna be like a 10-3 game late in the year against Chicago. So nice to see the Packers offense just kind of. This is the Packers offense, right? Like you got Aaron Jones back healthy, you got Lazard healthy out there. Looking really good. Lazard looks like that missing piece, I think, for me. So, and the defense is coming up with some turnovers. Darnell Savage, wow, he has played probably the best 4-game stretch of his career. I think in the last 4 games, he's looked really impressive. And then, obviously Preston Smith getting a big play, the scoop and score. So, I mean, all in all, it's just very clear that the Bears still suck.
Absolutely. They definitely are playing poorly. They saw Matt Nagy talking to Trubisky at the end of the half, and I'm like, oh, maybe we'll see a little bit of what's his face in there? Can't even think of his name right now. Nick Foles. Bray. But obviously he's hurt. Tyler Bray, and then that was my other thought. I was like, there's no way they'll put Tyler Bray in. That would be absolutely insane. It looks like I saw Schoberg agreeing that Darnell Savage is playing some great ball thus far. Schoberg, a little off brand. You got a little brown liquid in your glass this evening. What do we got going on there?
I actually have a couple fingers of beer here. Yeah, not liquor, but
not a forefinger of scotch,
for
Mr. Rogers.
For Advent. Thanks to my mom, we're doing there's a case for a different beer every day of Advent. So today it's a very long German word, German Pilsner. I don't know how to say it, but it's all right.
Nice.
Advent beer calendar. That's legit.
I'm rocking the hard seltzers still, trying to roll on keto until we get to Christmas time so I can earn some treats there.
I had a few left over from the weekend, and look how awesome this is. My green screen's got it half.
Your can's missing, bro.
Yep, half missing. But I had to ration myself all day, so this is the last one of the day. But I knew I had to save it till halftime before I got harassed by Bowman. Scotch for the win, scotch, not necessarily. But
Bowman was saying it's the offense that the Packers are expecting to see. I mean, I've come to expect this offense in the first half. Now it's time to put a full game together. It's kind of deja vu after last week. My dad and I were sitting here talking about the game here in our basement, and he's like, I feel like this is last week's game all over again. And I did as well, except I feel a little bit better against a Mitch Trubisky-led offense.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way. I'm not going to lie. I thought about it, especially when the Bears are going down for that last drive there. And I was like, ooh, this kind of does feel a little bit like the Colts game last week. A little bit different because you don't have to worry about Phillip Rivers, being a decent quarterback and competent like Mitch Trubisky isn't. And, I mean, maybe the defense is about the same, but I just think the offense, the way it's cooking right now, is awesome. We'll see what happens with Corey Lindsey. Again, last week we saw him, again, deja vu, with the back injury. Now it's the hamstring injury. And obviously Kamal Martin banged up in that special teams play before we went into half. So kind of sucks. Not the greatest thing, but I think at this point, like, the offense is just really clicking. Alan Lazard being back in is huge. I think just the way they're able to run the offense with him getting on the edge, having him another focal point. Unfortunately, that kind of does take the targets away from MVS, so we really haven't seen any deep shots yet, but that could be just the way they're scheming the game. And if Alan Lazard being productive and getting multiple first downs is the trade-off that we get from not having 3, 4, or 5 deep shots to MVS throughout the game, so be it. But overall, I would say I'm happy with the first half. The things that I'm seeing that I'm having, like, if I could be somewhat critical, is just Christian Kirksey looks like he doesn't know what's going on. Very suspect. I guess highlighted by his pass interference on Cole Kmet in the end zone to extend the drive for the Bears. And then EQ seems a little bit out of sync. A few plays that I've noticed from him, not understanding where the first down marker is, getting the first down both times when he's gotten the ball, but kind of strange. Like, just get upfield. So if I have to be super critical, obviously the missed extra point sucks. But Schoberg, your thoughts? Anything that you're seeing that's a little bit negative, even though this has been a great first half for Sunday Night Football?
I'll start with the good. The good I have in my notes, the offense and the defense. Pretty hard to be disappointed with the score going into half, except for that last possession that they gave up at the end. On defense, if we are nitpicking, the zone defense is really bad. That's on par with the rest of the season, but there's a lot of guys that are just running wide open. Those soft zones aren't what this defense is made to play, and when they're playing aggressive, they're playing well, and that's not what you see when they're sitting in soft zones. So there was a 1st and 18, which was made a 1st and 13 by Kenny Clark offsides. They got that right away by sitting in soft zone. It was in Christian Kirksey's lane. What happened to Chris Barnes? I know Kirksey came back, and that impacts them a lot, but as they only play one linebacker most of the time. But why is it only Christian Kirksey? Why isn't there a rotation? That's another question of mine. Kamal Martin, I wanted to see get in on the action, but he got hurt. Drink again. On special teams, he's so talented, but that was his issue in college as well, was just staying on the field. And then some first half highlights. Rodgers 15 for 18, $128, 3 touchdowns. Adams 5 receptions, 54 yards and a touchdown. Just pretty much dominating all across the board. First downs 18-8. Third down conversions 5 out of 6 compared to 0 of 2 for Chicago. That probably changed the last possession, but turnovers 0-2, and then possession time 22-8. So really good first half for the Packers all across the board.
Absolutely. Good stuff there, Schoberg. We got a question coming in. Is Kamal Martin okay? At this point, it's tough to tell. I mean, they're probably, if you're checking Twitter right now while you're watching us, wait till after the stream and then go check it. But I'm assuming he got kind of a stinger, banged up. I didn't really see the play, to be honest. I was getting set up in here, but that's too soon to really be understanding what's going on. So hopefully we'll see if he comes back. Defensive touchdown, awesome. Mitch Trubisky getting absolutely fleeced on that play. Makeup call potentially, but he got absolutely destroyed with pressure from Rashawn Gary, mind you, and the rest of the team. And I know Bowman's been all over that recently.
Yeah, I mean, Rashawn Gary he got the start today. Schoberg tweeted it out that he got the start over Preston Smith, and he's been playing well. And, maybe that's little bit of a fire under Preston Smith, because he's had a couple of nice pressures and obviously took advantage on that fumble there. So, I think as far as the first half goes, it was pretty much how you want to draw it up on offense. On defense, I kind of knee-jerk reacted to the opening David Montgomery 57-yard run right up the middle. I was like, well, here we go again, but they buckled down. And as Gary pointed out here in the comments, only giving up a field goal on that opening drive after, surrendering a 57-yard run up the gut was a win for the Packers defense.
Tone setter.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you saw, Darnell Savage come up with the pick, and then, Preston Smith with the scoop and score. So, one of the things that you mentioned, Matt, was EQ. It looks like he's finding a role on the team, but the vision on that inside cut, like there's a couple of times where if he just cuts up inside, it's 3-4 more yards and for sure gets the first down, where he's trying to run to the outside. I don't know if that's still shaking off a little bit of a rust.
The catch was the first one, and then the end around was far more blatant. It was just like, dude, it's you just got to use your blocker and just cut it inside.
That's a 5th grade knowing how to read your blocker lock type of move there.
Absolutely.
But if he can get going, and then you've still got MVS in there for those deep shots and to keep the defense honest, and not to be able to lock it down too much on Adams or Lazard, then this offense can really get moving, and you're seeing it in the first half. But the biggest thing for in the second half, if they're gonna kind of learn their lesson from last week, is do not come out flat in the second half. Like they cannot afford to do that. They already gave up a touchdown going into the fucking last 2 minutes. Sorry, I don't know if we're allowed to swear on our YouTube channel, but it just happens all the time. I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan, and there's a thing with them where they will always give up a goal within the first minute or like the last minute of a period, and I feel like the Packers defense is exactly like that. They're always going to give up a field goal or a touchdown in the last 2 minutes. So they gotta come out, get a quick 3 and out, and then the offense has to step on the gas and get a touchdown and put this game away early.
Yeah, this game doesn't seem all that close, but this first possession coming out of the half will be big. If Chicago scores, that's a 14-0 run, and then the momentum kind of changes, and then we're heading into last week again, and that's not a place that I would want to be with this team. I want to talk about Preston Smith a little bit. Didn't play at all really in the first half until that scoop and score. I think that scoop and score was either his second or third snap of the half. And for him, he was playing like 80% of the snaps the last year and a half before this game. And for him to be sitting out that long, I'm sure it pissed him off a little bit. And he was just in the right place at the right time on that play. That was more Zadarius Smith and Rashawn Gary collapsing the pocket. But hey, if your nose is around the football, you can make things happen like that. And then the defense gets a score and all the confidence is restored on that side of the ball. So, hey, build off that. Get a stop on defense now coming out of halftime.
And at this point, like, Preston really hasn't deserved the snaps, to be honest. I mean, Rashawn, we've talked about this for weeks. Like, Rashawn has earned the right to be out there. Now, I was shocked, just like you were, Schoberg, and I think Bowman noticed it too before you tweeted out. Like, I was like, damn, first two plays, Rashawn Gary's out there. Obviously, then the huge run by David Montgomery in the third play of the game, and they subbed Preston Smith back in. But it kind of gives you an idea of what they're seeing as far as the defense coordinator goes, Pettine goes, and the coaches. Like, if they're going to let Rashawn get some snaps, like, so be it. Like, he showed that he's, capable of doing that. I mean, Preston Smith gets the touchdown in the defensive score, and then, choreographs an awesome touchdown dance. But really, like, without Rashawn Gary and Zadarius Smith causing that havoc, he doesn't have an opportunity to scoop and score into the play there. So my second half adjustments, just keep doing what you're doing, right? Don't come out flat. I mean, I think at this point, if they were to come out and look like the way they did against the Colts, I would be super pissed off. I'm hoping for a real good night's sleep after a 4-day weekend. I just want to come in smooth to Monday morning, finish out the month, and just have a good week. But I need to have 30 minutes of good Packers football play, and so we'll see what happens. Maybe Alan Lazard will help with that. Be able to sling him the ball. It seems like he's in the mix. EQ obviously getting in the swing here. Got a cool comment coming in. I'll play off that. Time to burn the corners. Maybe this is MVS's opportunity to take a shot deep, but overall, I think I'm pretty excited how this first half has gone. Somewhat predictable, but Mitch Trubisky just giving it up every now and then. Tariq Cohen obviously pissed off too.
2 points.
Not
2 points on Chicago's defense side of the ball. I want to see going off the corner talking point. I want to see Kyle Fuller get torched. He's been talking up a storm in this first half, and he really hasn't even played that well. So, I mean, Are we all right?
That was Kyle Fuller pissed off.
Are you all right? Yeah. Hey, Kyle Fuller. But then I don't think there's any disputing that Khalil Mack is the best player on the Chicago Bears defense. But I think the most important player, and it's showing tonight, is Hicks, Akeem Hicks, in the inside. 100%. The Packers have run it right up at the A gap probably 10 or 12 times already in this game, and they're probably averaging 6 to 8 yards a pop every time they're going through there. So not having Akeem Hicks there is huge on the Chicago defense.
That's something that they neglected to take advantage of last week, right? We saw them trying to go and really all the time they try and go side to side against some really fast linebackers instead of just exploiting them right up the middle. It's nice to see them hitting that A gap, and Aaron Jones has had a few really nice explosive runs right up the gut. So I just more of that. I think the second half has got to be the Aaron Jones show and just get him rolling. That's why they like to give Jamal Williams a few series in the first half to keep Jones fresh for the second half to close this thing out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Other than that, guys, like I think they spread the ball around quite a bit. There should have been a few opportunities there. I mean, Devontae had the slip, which I thought it was like, dude, if he's hurt, like just because he falls down like that, I was a little concerned. But just the way they're executing in the gold zone, as Aaron Rodgers said, Nathaniel Hackett likes to call it, based off of Goldmember. Fantastic Austin Powers movie. So just loving the intricacies of the personalities of the Green Bay Packers even more and more as we go throughout the season and figure out who they are as a team overall. I don't really have anything else going on. Schoberg, you got the game started yet? I know you got the...
Yeah, they're just bringing the game back now. Hasn't kicked off, but they're kind of doing their intros.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm excited for the second half. Hopefully it keeps going. I'm going to finish off this seltzer here and hopefully enjoy a nice finish to this game. But cool to see some fans in the stands. I guess I was under the impression it was actually going to be players' families. It turns out it's not players' families, actually employees' families. So just cool. I mean, it's kind of strange that they're all lined up on the 50. I thought maybe if you're really trying to social distance 500 people, you could spread them out more. But I guess those employees' families, they want the best vantage point to be able to watch the game. I thought that was kind of strange. I mean, you have all this room. But other than that, guys, I was really pissed. I did want to see who won the beer or the beer running. The bottles ran, I guess, on the scoreboard. I saw a local reporter tweeted out, and they didn't say who won it. But it seems like they're getting back to that. But anyways, you guys enjoy the second half. Let's go Pack and kick the rest of the Bears' ass for the last 30 minutes. You guys take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Now, here's the run-up. Swing of the right leg, and we're underway.
Here we go.
You know what time the game starts? All right, here we go, fellas. Let's have a little fun today. Is anybody else tired, or is it just me? I got some advice for y'all. Take 2 weeks off, then quit.
From the goal line, the 5 to 10 to 15.